and that should be how it appears on the ballot.
All right. Okay, which party are you running for?
I'm running for the Republican Party,
Okay, and what position?
Clark County Council.
Okay, are you running for any other position like
No.
PC or delegate? Okay. What's your primary motivation for running for the position?
So my primary motivation is, I actually wasn't going to run for this position, but then, I mean, you start watching the news and you realize that your local government is just as corrupt as the federal government and the state government, and it's not supposed to be like that. This is supposed to be like, government's supposed to be better the closer to home that you get, and it doesn't seem to be the case. So I decided that we need a clean slate. So I have 3 kids. I'm a youth pastor, so I work with teenagers a lot. I'm a foster parent, so we've got kids coming in and out of our house. So looking towards the future of Clark County, it needs some help. And I think transparency is lacking, and we definitely need to step up on that. So that was my primary motivation for running, just because I want Clark County to be, I'm 3rd generation Clark County. My grandparents, my parents have all lived here. I live here, and now I'm raising my kids here. And I would love for my kids to look at this county and say, I want to stay here instead of go somewhere else, just because of how, it's ran. So that's my main motivation.
What are your main goals in filling the position if you were to be elected?
My main goals would be, first of all, transparency, because we clearly need that. I went to the county council meeting the other night, and no one was hardly there except for the people that were asking for money. And they all seemed to be buddies with the people that they were asking for the money from. So it seemed really off to me. That bothered me a little bit. So I would just like to see that change. There needs to be a relationship change between the people that are asking for the money and the people that are granting the money. But the only way to do that is for it to be transparent with the county. So we need to make sure that people in Clark County know when the meetings are, know how they can access them, know how to see them or view them or hear them. The county's not going to get fixed unless the people of the county actually get involved and care. So that would be my number one. And then fiscal responsibility. I'm a conservative. I have been conservative. I remember watching presidential elections when I was like 12 years old. So I've always followed politics, and I've always been on the same side of politics. I remember with my little, it's not as cool as it used to be, but I had my Bush Cheney pins when I was a junior in high school and couldn't even vote. And I took some flack for that because, that's not cool to be a Republican when you're, 16 or 17 years old. So fiscal responsibility has always been one of the main things. It's like, I run a household budget, the government should also be running a household budget. If I can't pay my bills, I get in trouble and my water gets turned off. If the government can't pay their bills, they just make more money. And it shouldn't be like that. So.
Okay, well, you kind of answered my next question, but how would you like to see meetings run differently? Anything else that you can think of?
Well, I would love for more people to attend. The community needs to be involved. It's your all's money. You need to know where it's going. And I would love to see it live streamed. It's not easy for a normal person to just see when the meetings are going to be. You have to find their website. You have to read through all these ordinances before you even get to the part that says this is where the meeting's at, this is when it's going to be. It should be advertised on Facebook. It should be where everybody knows, okay, it's this Monday of this week, of this month, we got to go to this meeting. And it should definitely be more advertised, and it's almost like they try and tuck it away so that less people come. And it should definitely be live streamed. Our school board is a tiny school board, and it is able to live stream its school board meetings. Now, the audio is not always great, but they're trying. And it was ridiculous to me to walk into this beautiful, big, new building and then find out that they don't have the capabilities to live stream their county council meetings. That blew me away. But so that definitely needs to be a priority.
Now, the next question, which you've already answered as well, is would you be willing to commit to full transparency to your constituents? And the way we view transparency is the video recording, audio recording, but also administrative meetings, anything outside of executive session, because sometimes they have other meetings as well that we sometimes cannot attend. They might have different hours. So we would also consider that transparency for those to be recorded. All minutes, contracts, disbursements on the website or somewhere available to the public. And then also packets of documents with supporting documents for upcoming topics to be voted on ahead of time. Like City of Jeff Council will send out a huge packet, and it's all the documents that the board, the council, will be looking at to make their decision. So we, the people, would like to have access to those documents as well, so that when there is public comment, we can have an opinion, an educated opinion about it. So would you commit to transparency of those items?
Absolutely. Anything that the county is doing should be available to the people of the county. We work for you guys, not the other way around. So it's your money, so you should know where it's going, why it's going there. So absolutely, yeah, no hesitation.
How will you ensure the public gets the opportunity to express their desires on a particular agenda item?
Like I said, it definitely needs to be advertised more. It should be all over Facebook. You go into Facebook and you look up Clark County Council and you just get campaigns. There's no actual Clark County Council page that I can find. Why? They should have their own page that advertises what they're doing, when they're doing it, who voted for what, how all of that was voted. I think if you had a lot of those things in place already, we might not be in the mess that we're currently in. And so we definitely need to make those changes so that we don't continue down this path.
If you are employed full-time elsewhere and your employer offers health insurance, what are your thoughts on officials participating in county insurance as a less than full-time employee, and will you be taking county insurance?
I didn't even realize that the county council members got insurance. I kind of think that's kind of crazy. I have a full-time job. I'll just keep my own insurance. It's a lot easier than swapping.
Have you familiarized yourself with past minutes, budgets, additional appropriations, expenditures, and policies related to the position you're running for?
Not as much as I probably need to, but I'm working on that. So I'm looking into all that. I've started going to the council meetings, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking at it.
When subcommittees are created or members are appointed to existing subcommittees, will you commit to making the names of those members public?
Yes. Again, all of it should be public. Clark County is not a private entity, so it should be out there.
Do you have any relatives, close friends, or business partners serving as government employees on a board or as an elected official currently?
No. I'm friends with Alan Butoff. He's our trustee up in Henryville, Monroe Township. I'd say we're pretty good friends. So. I work with him on the Monroe Township Advisory Board, so that's how we are connected. But we've known each other for years. So.
Okay. Have you ever worked with Jamie Null? Under Jamie Null, received promotion under Jamie Null, received campaign contributions or any other gifts from Null, including government, business, or volunteer positions?
What do you mean by work under Jamie or with Jamie Null?
Work
like
with
as
or
an actual
under.
Employee?
Yes,
No.
Employee or through his side businesses alongside. Received anything from him?
I can't even get him to answer an email, so no.
You and me both, yeah. Okay, what else do you want voters to know?
I just want you guys to know that I'm doing this because I see a county that I've watched go from, Clark County used to be blue, and I've watched it change from Democrat to Republican over the last 20 years, and now I see that some of the people in the Republican Party have done some damage to that, and I would hate to see it revert back to Democrat just because of the mistakes of the people that we put in power. And so it's time for a clean slate. Let's start over and let's show Clark County that the Republican Party can still manage their money and do a good job and be honest and transparent with people.
Have you had any communication with the current GOP leadership, and can you describe any communication that you've had?
The only communication I've had was with I think it was Fanny that's doing that thing on March 2nd at REMC. She emailed me and I told her I'd be there, and that's it. But that's all. I actually didn't know that she had been promoted. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not much. Just Clark County. We can do this. Let's start over. Clean slate. Jacob Horton for Clark County Council.